Good afternoon and welcome to today's session on premier launch of BLACKbox One Cloud. I am Prasanna, co-host of the event today. Let me introduce today's presenter, Mr. Vishal Shah, CEO and co-founder of Cinesoft Technologies. He have over 18 years of experience and expertise of IT industry. He is known as seasoned technology stalwart, an inventor of specific patented technologies, a writer, a serial entrepreneur, an investor, and importantly, a go-to guy for MSMEs. We also have Mr. Sudhir Chaube, co-founder of Cinesoft in the panel. He looks after the commercial aspect of our organization. We at Cinesoft are proud to introduce you to our new product, BLACKbox One Cloud. Mr. Vishal Shah will narrate how difficult it is for MSMEs to transform their business and systems to cloud. If you have any questions while you watch this demonstration, kindly write in question and answer tab in the bottom of your Zoom login. The panel will take up the question at the end of this session. Alternatively, in case you want to ask any question in the end of the session, you may please raise your hand and we shall activate your microphone to ask the question. Vishal sir, can you please take it ahead from here?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much, Prasanna. Good afternoon all. As usual, we are back with our webinar. We now do almost 2 webinars in a month. Today is a special day. You know, we are launching our new product and we call it as BLACKbox One Cloud. Most of you know what BLACKbox is. And today we will know what is extra or what is the value of BLACKbox One Cloud. So today is a special day for all at Cinesoft, and today we are going to unveil BLACKbox One Cloud, and we'll understand how BLACKbox One Cloud is solving certain burning issues of the SMEs and how it can help MSMEs to take their business on cloud. So we will check that, and before we move further in the this entire session, I would like to profile the audience so that I can make it more relevant. So Prasanna, can we launch a poll just to check the audience profile so that we can make this session more relevant? So by the time you are answering this questions, let me tell you that there has been a lot of buzzword about cloud for last 3-4 years, and it has been projected like there is no alternative to cloud and cloud is the future. And we all have started believing that because of the massive campaigns, campaigns launched by the larger players of the industry, smaller players of the industry. Everybody has created that impact, and we call it as TINA impact. There is no alternative. And because of this campaign, most of the MSMEs have got interested in what cloud is and they wanted to explore it further. And when they explored it further, I am given an feedback that most of the times whenever they have explored any cloud product, they are disappointed and they don't find those products, matching with their requirements. So in last 3 years, this was our feed of idea of developing BLACKbox One Cloud. And I will tell you how we develop One Cloud and how we have solved certain problems. Yeah, I think we have got the poll results. So 21% of the people are SME owners, 42% of the people are IT professionals managing SME IT infrastructure, and 37% of the people are system integrators and IT consultants helping SMEs. Good. We have a good mix of audience, and I think we would like to now progress further. So let us understand how we look at the cloud first. So I have got some example, and since India is a country and country of cricket, people say that cricket is a religion in India. So I would like to start this session with an example about cricket. So if you see this particular image on the screen, you would find that there is a boy who is playing cricket, who is batting. So I would term that most of the MSMEs have adopted cloud like this. I mean, there is nothing wrong. This is just like somebody is playing a tennis ball match. He has a bat and he has no guards, he has no pad. He's just playing the cricket, and that is how casually, we have actually adopted cloud. Most of the MSMEs. I'll tell you what is the extent of cloud adoption. So most of us have subscribed to some basic cloud drive like Dropbox or Google Drive or OneDrive, and maybe we are storing our data on cloud. Then most of us have subscribed to some email services on cloud like G Suite or O365 or GoDaddy or something, and that is something which we keep on cloud, and that is emails. Then we might have subscribed to some software agents, who claim that we can take your data on cloud, and we can take the backup of your data on cloud. So maybe you might have subscribed to a cloud backup agent software. Then maybe you might have hosted your applications like Tally or ERP and on some virtual server on AWS or on Google Cloud or maybe on data center. And maybe you have provided for some remote desktop solution to allow your users to access those applications hosted. So all of the people who are attending this particular session, must have done something or the other, or all of these things, subscription to some basic cloud, subscription to some email service, subscription to cloud backup agent, then virtual application on the cloud server, and use of RDP protocol. So if I look at how it basically translates in a user's perspective, we will first have a look at one desktop, which is kind of having this kind of profile. So I'll ask my technical team to log into an open profile, which is using Google Drive or something like that, which is using email service. Can we do that? I'll just stop sharing my screen. So now we are connecting to a desktop, which is having this kind of casual approach to cloud. And let me show you what could be the problems, and then I will also explain the problems. So here, when we see this, basically, go to Google Drive. So now we have a Google Drive over here. Right click on that. So now here there are settings. So let's say you might believe that you have subscribed to Google Drive and you have set up the Google Drive to take the backup of your data. That can be done by setting the preferences. Can you go there? So here you have defined that all the pictures and folder Rajendra should be backed up, and you may be in impression that all my data is backed up on Google Drive. But it is not true. Here I'm a user and I can change this settings, and I can, change or add some folder, or I can remove some folder in which my professional data is there. So maybe by providing for Google Drive does not serve the purpose if user changes it. Not only that, but also you might have logged on to your Google Drive official account. The user can even log out and user can connect to his personal Google Drive account like this, add another account, and then all your data can be stored on the Google Drive itself. So it is one. Second thing is, can we go to this PC, please? Now here you see C drive, D drive, everything, and you might have some mapped network drives also. You don't know where user is going to save the data, and if you're not sure where user is going to save the data, you are not sure what to map with the cloud drive to take the backup. So this is one very important point. Another thing is that in this particular user, he can access Google account also, as well as he can access his personal Google account also. So if you have some data which you don't think that it can be, your company can afford to get, it should not be leaked, then again you have a problem. So when we adopt cloud by subscribing to some drive, or by subscribing to some email system, it does not serve the purpose because it is not a foolproof solution. Yeah, Rajendra, can you give back the screen to me, please? So what I was saying was that, we normally adopt cloud by subscribing cloud drive. I have shown you what could be the problems. I would like to know about your level of cloud adoption. Prasanna, can we launch the poll, please? So we see the poll result. 67% of the attendees have adopted email service on cloud. 44% of the people are using cloud storage drive. 17% of the people have application servers on the accessed on RDP. 11% are on hosted SaaS application, and 67% of the people take cloud backup of data. Now, this is interesting. Majority of the attendees are having some or the other use of cloud. They have adopted cloud. And, so whatever problems I'm going to explain are going to be the real problems for them because they have already started adopting it, and maybe they might have an issue. So when you have simple subscription to cloud, what happens is that data leakage could happen. User can upload that data on the some other cloud. When you have subscription to some email service on cloud, again, data leakage can happen on email. When you have maybe you have a subscription to some cloud backup agent, it may not be a very reliable solution because user might change the configuration, as I have explained and demonstrated by our technical team. Then when you have virtual application server, there could be potential DDoS attack on your application server, and data leakage can also happen. Then in case you are using RDP, we all know that many a times RDP is a potential backdoor to ransomware. So these are the problems, we face when we adopt a very casual approach to cloud, basically. So what should be our level of cloud adoption? So let me show you this side. On the right hand side, now you have this kind of picture, the same cricket match, but on the seasoned ball, because it's an enterprise. It is not something very personal or consumer oriented. So when you are designing cloud solution for your enterprise, you cannot have very casual approach of subscribing some cloud drive or cloud backup agent or email service or having RDP. You need to have very enterprise like solution. You need to have all protection, helmet, guards, pad, everything, good quality of the bat also, which can hit seasoned ball. So we need to have a cloud system where which can protect us from data leakage also, which can protect us from potential threats. So let us understand what do we need, in totality, if we don't want this kind of a tennis ball match, and if we want to really play a serious match, what kind of cloud solution we should have. and we will design that kind of requirement, and then we will see what is available and at what cost it is available, at what complexity it is available. So before we move to that part, I would like to launch the poll, and I would like to understand if you have already started facing these problems or not. So if you look at the results, it is in very much sync with what you have adopted in cloud. Most of you, 58% of the people are concerned about data leakage or theft from shared cloud drive. 47% of the people are concerned about data leakage over emails. 16% of the people are having concern about DDoS attack, whoever have set up the virtual servers, and 63% of the people are concerned about backdoor ransomware over remote access. So majority of the people know that what they have adopted in cloud, it is very casual, and there are concerns, and they want to deal with those concerns. So now we will devise an ideal cloud solution, and then we will see what is available. So I will move to the next slide. So what are the essential cloud services to take any business on cloud in a good way, this way, like we are playing a serious season ball match, not a tennis ball match in your street. So first thing is you need enterprise cloud storage space for collaboration. See, most of the times we subscribe to a cloud drive, which is per user, per year kind of subscription. Like G Suite, you get 30 GB of cloud space or something like that. That doesn't serve here because you are in enterprise. People don't work in silos. They have departments. They have space requirement, on a collective basis. So when they have space requirements on collective basis, you cannot have per user kind of space allocations. So you need enterprise cloud storage space, maybe 4 terabyte, 8 terabyte, 32 terabyte on cloud, so that all your users can collaborate very well. So that is the first thing. Second is you need on-cloud enterprise IT policy enforcement. So nowadays there are many cloud services who are known as security as a service, who provide you enterprise IT policy enforcement. So in case you have created a domain controller and you have it in your office, then through a domain controller and Active Directory, you can have a lot of enterprise IT policy enforcement. But when you move to the cloud, sometimes you don't have it and you miss it. But yes, you need something which has enterprise IT policy enforcement, because it is very important, and when you move to the cloud, it has to be maintained in the organization. Then you need on-cloud files and folder permission engines. You are an enterprise, so certain department data should be visible to certain people. Certain people should be able to have read-only rights on certain folders. So all this permission engine for collaboration is required, and you need to have it on your cloud storage. Then you need to have data recovery tool also, because when you open your cloud to many users, you don't know how they work on it, how serious are they, how sincere are they. And sometimes they delete the data casually, and sometimes they delete the data intentionally. So you need to have some data recovery tool on cloud, which can recover the data from the cloud itself. Then you have data recovery plan after ransomware attack. Maybe one of your users has got ransomware, and that ransomware has files are infected, and those files are synced with cloud or uploaded to the cloud. Then you need to have some means by which you can recover your data. Then you have cloud backup and reporting. You need the backup of the data, which is offline. Sometimes users require offline also, because users may not be online all the time, and sometimes they need data offline also. So whatever is the offline data on their computers, it needs to be backed up, and that cloud backup has to happen, and you should know whether that backup is happening properly or not. Then you need to make sure that when user is accessing your enterprise cloud, there cannot be a data leakage over USB port from that device. If the user is accessing your emails, there cannot be data leakage over email attachment or blind carbon copy. Then you need something, which also controls the internet access, so that while user is logging into your cloud, they cannot upload the data to personal drives or something like that, or maybe they are not so unproductive by going to any website. All these policies are possible on premise with number of hardware. Like you have firewall and you get it done, you have mail server and you get it done, you have some endpoint control and you can get it done. So all these things are there possible in premise, but when you move to the cloud, the same level of security, the same level of policies have to be enforced. Then you need a remote application access in more secure way, not just like an RDP kind of. There are solutions of application virtualization. So you virtualize the application, so you don't give RDP kind of access to the users, and that virtual application is loaded on the user's computer. And of course, you need something for productivity monitoring also. Now most of the users may be working from home or remotely, and they are given access to the cloud. We want to ensure that they are productive, so there should be some tools which can help us understand this productivity also. So these are the essential cloud services required to take any business on we can say on cloud. So this is something which is very, very important. Now when we understand this, what could be the idea, how you source all these services. You require so many things, uh, just by putting one cloud drive agent, one cloud backup agent, it doesn't serve the purpose we have already understood. And when we want to actually serve the purpose of all policy enforcement, all security, we need to have so many cloud services which we have to subscribe. We need to, have so many agents also to be installed. Some agent for policy, some agent for backup, some agent for cloud drive, some agent for internet control, some agent for DLP on USB or email. So we need to have it. So it becomes very complex, and that could be the reason why we have not adopted the cloud so well. And so this is very complex. When you want to maintain same level of security and policy, it makes it very complex, and it has a lot of agents to be installed, a lot of different types of cloud service providers to be contracted. So this is very complex. So I need your feedback whether you find it complex or not. Yeah, Prasanna, can we launch a poll, please? So when we see the poll result, 88% of the people find it complex when we have to install multiple agent and subscribe to multiple cloud services, and 12% have a different opinion. I would say that, as a IT professional or a businessman, if you get something, in a simple way, that's good. Now, we talked about complexity here, but complexity comes with cost also. So here, when we are supposed to take so many agents licenses, and we are supposed to provide for so many cloud services, it becomes very expensive also. So complexity comes with a cost. So maybe those who disagree might agree with the cost part of complexity. So now we will see what BLACKbox One Cloud offers. So BLACKbox One Cloud is basically one cloud, one service, one agent. For all these we have discussed, you have only one agent. That agent works as a cloud backup agent, that works as a cloud drive agent, that works as a remote access agent, that works as a uh, internet control agent, DLP agent, whatever agents, different agents you have to get, it is only one agent. So that makes big difference, because when you install only one agent, it does not use system resources. If you install 5 agents who are continuously working on the computer, it overheads the system also. Then you are subscribing to only one service. You would agree with me that, for file data you are subscribing to Dropbox, for email data you are subscribing to G Suite, for application data you are having some virtual server. Here it is one service. So whatever space you get, whatever storage you get, let's say 4 TB, 12 TB, whatever, that is for all. That is for emails, that is for your application data, that is for your file data also. And there is only one cloud. You get a static IP address of your cloud, and you have VPN connectivity with your cloud, and your users have to just connect to that one cloud, nothing else. So it's not like your emails are stored somewhere, your files are stored somewhere, your applications are accessed from somewhere, nothing like that. It is simple one cloud. So what one agent does? So our one agent does all device hardening, so that you have enterprise policies enforced. User is not the admin. User is having certain restricted applications only. You want that user should access Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Tally. Then this agent will do that. You want that user should not be the administrator. Agent will do that. You want that user should be forced to save data in specific folders on his computer when he's offline. Then this particular agent will do it. This agent will also act as an automatic backup agent. This will also help you having remote access also. And this particular will have a VPN client also. This agent will act as a VPN client also, which will connect to your cloud, and it will serve the data. And it also works as an endpoint controller for controlling your USB, for controlling your internet, for controlling your emails or vigiling your emails. So this is one agent. You have only one agent to install, and that's it, all done. Then what is there in one cloud service? In one cloud service, it is one console. And that console is device hardening policy server, where you can configure the policy, and agent would inherit those policies and implement on the user system. It will also act as a VPN server. It will also act as a file server. It will also act as a mail vigilance server. It will also act as an endpoint control server and proxy server. And then one cloud. Now this one cloud storage is one for file sharing, file permissions, data backup, email backup, and your application data backup also, if you want to configure. So this is what BLACKbox One Cloud is, and it is solving very serious problem. You don't have to really install so many agents. You don't have to subscribe different cloud service. You just have this one cloud agent, one cloud service, and you have one console, and that's it. It's all done. So now we will see that what are the specific things which we should look for, and then we will actually see the demonstration of this particular one cloud. So first of all, we'll see, in the demonstration, we'll see how this one cloud can help us in IT policy enforcement. Then we will see how we can minimize the data scatteredness. Then we will see how remote application access or work from home can work. So before I move to next points, we will first see these three things very well demonstrated. So first of all, we will see the console, and then we will see the user's computer, which is enforced with these policies. So can we go to the console server? I request you to wait for my signal before you log into the console in the browser. So now you will find it very similar to our BLACKbox on-premise solution. We have deliberately done that because there are, just keep it here. So there are so many BLACKbox certified security professionals in the market who help our customers in installing the product, who help our customers in maintaining the product. So we did not want them to go through a learning curve. So in case they want to adopt BLACKbox Cloud, or their customers want to adopt BLACKbox Cloud, they can easily use all they know in similar way. There is no difference. Actually, we have deliberately done that so that there is no learning curve for all those who have spent their time in learning and educating themselves about BLACKbox. So we just go to this particular browser. This is a multi-tenant system, so every customer will have their own login for their console. Everything is there in our Mumbai data center, and it is replicated to our California data center. So as an enterprise, you can log on to your BLACKbox console. Please log on. So you can manage this console from anywhere. Same console is there on the browser also. Now, first of all, we'll see IT policy enforcement. Then we will see force centralization both. So now we will go to the desktop or desktop part. Yeah. So here the similar way you can also create the users. Very similar, no change. You can create the user. Okay, let's go to one user kind of account executive or edit. Same interface again. You can allocate certain rights to the user. So you can make the user whether he is an admin or not here itself. You can block his local drives also in case you want him to work on his secured folder in BLACKbox or on the cloud. You can also control the USB drives over here. The USB drives of the user, you can control everything here. You can also make sure that go to application part. Then if you want user should be able to access certain applications on his computer, you can define here. You can select those applications without any problems. Same interface, nothing else. Go to the drive part now. Here itself, I will show you how you create the drives on the cloud. Let's assume that you have created a drives on the cloud, which I'm going to show you later. But let's say you have created a drives. Those drives will be available over here in your vision, and you can allocate certain drives or certain folders of your cloud drive to the user. So in this user's case, we have given him GST, accounts, common folder, personal, downloads, that kind of folders to him on cloud. So we can even define it here. We can also define whether that user will access VPN or not. And if he is accessing VPN, then he can also access the cloud applications also in case you have hosted the cloud applications here with us. So this is a console. Here itself, you can find out the email vigilance also. Go to email vigilance. And you can define what this user can work on. And I will show you how it becomes an interface between your G Suite account and user, or your O365 or your GoDaddy account. So here you can configure your G Suite account to be downloaded. And once those emails are downloaded, you can distribute it to the user by making the policies. So here you can have all the policies, like a user cannot access, cannot send emails outside of the domain, or you can send emails only to certain domains, or whenever he sends an email, the report will be sent to his supervisor, or the copy of the email will go to the supervisor, or a blind carbon copy can be restricted, or you can have certain rules on the attachment. So everything can be done. We don't have to worry about data leakage over email. Similarly, here itself, we can define what internet he can access, what internet he cannot access. Go to internet. So here we can define which user can access what internet, and whatever sites we have written, only those websites he can access, and rest can be accessed in happy hours, which I will explain later. So this is complete policy enforcement. All USB controls, email vigilance, internet restrictions, admin controls, application controls, VPN settings, folder access, everything is defined here as an enterprise policy. And when users computer is installed with the agent, all these policies will be enforced. So before we move to users computer, I would like to show you how we create the drive on the cloud and how we give the permissions. So can we go to the creation of the cloud drive, please? So let's say you have taken a cloud subscription of 4 terabyte, or you have taken a cloud subscription of 16 terabyte. Then all that 16 terabyte will be available here. You can create as many folders, departments, whatever, you can create it here. And you can also give permissions to the users you have created on BLACKbox. So let's say this is a folder structure. This is a root folder. This is users data. In that users data, you have so many folders you can create. So it becomes your enterprise cloud, and users can work in this. These folders can be allocated to the users so that they load in their cloud login and they can work on those folders also. So these are all departmental folders. There could be some users folders also. And this is how you can also set the permission. Can you go to right click and set the permission? Then you have complete permission engine also. So you can define whatever permissions you want to give to the users on that specific folder or on that specific file. As an admin, you can very well do it, and that will be inherited by all the soft folders in case you want that to happen. So this is how you can create the cloud and cloud drives, and you can allocate it to the users. Now we will see how these policies reflect on users computer. So can we go to accounts manager folder, account manager login. So now we are connecting to a laptop which is connected through cloud. So now we'll see that our agent is installed. Yes, it is installed. Now in this users policy, we have stripped off the admin rights. So we'll check whether admin rights are gone or not. There are no admin rights for this user, though he is connected to cloud. Now we'll go to this PC. In this user, we have allowed offline access. So right now you see all C drive, D drive are gone, and only his offline drive access is there. So in case he wants to work offline, he can work on this drive only. So it solves that problem. One, in the system tray, you don't find Google Drive kind of agents. So he cannot make any changes. Second, he has to compulsorily work in this folder. He cannot work anywhere else. And our cloud agent has mapped this particular folder, which is his. So in case he wants to work on any other folder on his local system, he cannot. And this particular professional.am is actually mapped with our cloud backup. So whatever he works on is also backed up and is also reported. So as I showed you in that particular open profile, where user could change the settings of the agent, or user could save the data somewhere else which is not mapped with the cloud agent, everything is solved. Here he has to work in this particular folder as a I would say offline user. In case he wants to connect to the cloud drive, he has to just to go to the BLACKbox, right click on it, and he has to go to cloud drive. So as soon as he connects to the cloud drive will be connected. He does not know the username and password. Just remember, he does not know the username and password very clearly. So this is something where all his cloud drives are automatically loaded, just like it is loaded on his computer. Now you have a lot of options here. So now this user can work on the cloud drive. He can also work on his own offline folder. In case user does not want to use this format of the cloud drive, then he can also connect to the VPN. Can we close this, please? Yeah, he can connect to the VPN. And those cloud drives would be loaded, just like we load it in BLACKbox. So as soon as he connects to VPN, so he has got two options. Sometimes VPN does not work in China and all those countries. In that case, he can directly load his cloud drives from this. See, now all those folders are loaded and he can work on it. And this is absolute private cloud on static IP, on VPN, and or without VPN, it is loading the cloud drive also, as we have demonstrated. So all these folders, and these folders are only allocated to that user. When we saw that console, we had allocated all these folders to him. So in case if this is not the user and if project engineer is logging in that case, his folders would be different. So all those things are taken care of. One agent which does all these things, one cloud service which does all these things. So what we have seen is user is forcefully saving the data in the offline folder. So there is a forceful centralization. There is no scatteredness of the data. User can log on to his cloud drive without VPN. In case he wants to log on to his cloud drive with VPN, he can do it also. Both are equally secure. There is no problem. And third is how he accesses the application. Now, let's say if you have hosted our applications, your applications with our data centers, or maybe somewhere else, you can also have BLACKbox AAA access application anywhere, which is an add-on license. You can take over and above this particular BLACKbox One Cloud, and you can also access your applications. So we will see that. Just double click on this. We'll see how Tally and everything can be loaded. And it is application virtualization. It is not remote desktop. So it is application virtualization. So Tally is virtualized. Tally is not loaded on this user's laptop, but still it is virtualized. Similarly, the other application is also virtualized, and you can very well access this. So you don't need to worry about the hazards of remote desktop. So this is a broad understanding. This is a broad understanding. Now, let's say, for example, just go to any user and delete the data. So now let's say user deletes the data from the cloud drive. And let's say that cloud drive is being used by 20 more other users. Just delete it. Delete some data. So let's say he deletes the data of the accounts department completely and do it shift delete. So it will permanently delete it. So let's say he deletes it from the cloud. Now you need to understand who has deleted it, as well as you need to recover that data. So same, just like it is there in the BLACKbox, you have an active recycle bin on the cloud also. So please log on to active recycle bin. Which captures all the data deleted on the cloud by the users from wherever. And you can very easily recover that data just by cut and paste. So here we have logged on to recycle bin of the cloud. We will identify the data which is deleted on the recycle bin. Please log on to recycle bin. And then just select the data which is deleted in department accounts and cut it and paste it back to the user's account. Paste it. Very easy to recover the data. And similarly, you have a console on the cloud where you can go and find out who has deleted the data. So you go to the cloud console, go to the file logs, select the event as delete, select the folder from which it is deleted, view, and you will find out that this account executive user had deleted the data. So everything, is very much in your control. So this is something which I wanted to show you. Now we will move to the next part. So yeah, can we go to the, yeah, I will need to get my screen back. Yeah, so what we have seen is how we enforce IT policy, how we minimize data scatteredness, how we make sure that user does not have any control on your cloud backup agent. Then you might want dual profile also. Sometimes you don't have a laptop which you give it to the user, want your users to use their own laptop. Again, that is also inbuilt here. So when you term that particular laptop user as BYOD, the policy server will create two profiles in that particular laptop. One is personal, another is work. In work profile, all the policies, as we have seen, will be implemented. In personal profile, policies will not be implemented, and user will not be the admin of the system, of course, in both the profile, but policy will not be implemented, and user's personal data will not be backed up or will not be accessed by the enterprise. And when user is in the professional profile or enterprise profile, all the restrictions will apply, all the policies will apply. He will have access to the cloud drive, he will have access to VPN, everything, his applications also. And that is how you can very easily make sure that user can work on their personal computers without compromising on the organization's interest of data security. As we have explained, data recovery after accidental or intentional data is also demonstrated. Then sometimes you need data recovery from ransomware attack. Again, on the cloud, we have implemented the same primary chamber, hidden chamber concept of BLACKbox, where primary chamber and hidden chamber are disconnected logically, and primary chamber follows a DC-DC protocol at certain hour of the day, and data is copied to the hidden chamber on the cloud in case you have ransomware infection in your computer system, and that ransomware has infected your cloud drives also. Don't worry, you can very easily recover the data from the hidden chamber on the cloud also. Data recovery after disaster and hardware failure. The cloud agent, the agent is also acting as a cloud backup agent, and it also takes the backup of the offline folder as well as your cloud drive. And then you have complete visibility on that particular cloud drive. I would like to show the dashboard. Yeah, team, can we show the dashboard, please? This is happening on the cloud. You might have seen this interface in the BLACKbox, but now it is on the cloud. So here you go to DCDR, and you will have complete, there are 2 errors, there are 14 desktops or laptops, offline data is copied, everything is there. Can we go to some report? Yeah, Shraddha Yadav. She has got around 99 MB of data or something, and one file was changed. Can you go to Shraddha Jadav's data? Sorry, Shraddha Pawar's data, if it is there. Can we go? Yeah, this one. So there are 6,292 files, approximately 10.29 of GB of the data, and last backup happened around 2 minutes back. No, backup duration was 2 minutes. The backup happened, around 2 hours, 3 hours back. So you have complete visibility on whether backup is happening or not, which laptop local data is backed up or not backed up. You have that visibility. Yeah, can you give back the screen? Then you have data recovery after laptop loss. Of course, yes, if laptop data is with you and laptop is lost, you can very easily recover the data. You can have leakage prevention over USB. I have shown you in the policy server. There are 3 levels of USB. One, only keyboard, mouse kind of non-mass storage devices can be accessed. Two, only inward only. So user can have a cloud access and he can only invert the data on the USB. He cannot outward the data on the USB. And third, outward also is allowed from the cloud, but at the same time, the report will be generated and sent to the supervisor. Then you have complete email attachment restrictions. We have shown that on our console. Then you have data leakage prevention over internet. It applies with the same concept. We will see this particular concept. Yeah, can we go to, we want to demonstrate happy hours. Can we go to the users? So now we'll log on to a user and we can see how happy hours work on cloud. So let's say it's a project engineer and he is accessing everything on cloud. So let's say he has got the cloud data as well as he has got the data. Now let's see what he is able to access on the internet. So try to open dropbox.com. We have not allowed dropbox.com to this user. And try to open hdfcbank.com. He is opening because we have allowed it. Now, in case this user wants to access some website, which is not allowed to him, and he requires it for his research or business development, no problem. Same happy hours is also given in this cloud agent. Can you go to the happy hours, please? Close these windows. Happy hours, you can go to happy hours. And all his internet restrictions will remove. Dropbox.com will now open. Try to open Google Drive. It is opening. Dropbox will also open. Now let's see, while he is able to open Drive and Dropbox, what is the access to his data. He does not have access to his data. The cloud has isolated itself. Now this user does not have any data access. So no problem. You can go to any website, but your data is secured. He will not be able to connect to the cloud. Now go out, log out of the happy hours. So now we have turned off the happy hours. We are out of the session. Again, same internet restrictions will apply. And all the drives will also be loaded. So all the drives are loaded and internet restrictions will be applied. So this is possible on the cloud also. You don't have to worry about wherever user is accessing internet, airport, Wi-Fi, home Wi-Fi, no problem. All these restrictions remain because we have policy enforcement at the native local level. So this is about the happy hours. And last thing is about productivity. Can we go to the productivity part? The same playback office of BLACKbox is also now available on cloud. So when you have a cloud user, his screenshots taken every minute or every thrice in a minute, they are also uploaded on the cloud, and you can check those, you can play back those screens just to find out whether that user is productive or not. There are a lot of developments happening at Synersoft on this app also. Maybe in some time you might find out on which application user has spent what time and a lot of other things. So that can be done, but right now you can see these screens. So let's say this is a user, all black is when we were having some other login. And this is the screenshot of the users when he was active. So this is all about this BLACKbox One Cloud. Let me, yeah, Rajat, can you give me the screen, please? So last is productivity monitoring. So what we have done is that actually we have got everything. We have got pad, guards, helmet, good quality of the bat to play a serious match on season player. And our cost is less because we are using only one agent license. Just to give you a broad idea, when you want to take so many licenses, I'll tell you. So I'll go to this. If you want to take all these licenses with a space, that costs you minimum 12,000 rupees to 16,000 rupees per user per year for very low storage space. And when you go to BLACKbox and you have all these things done by the agent, that costs you approximately maybe 3,000 rupees to 5,000 rupees, and it gives you very large storage also. This one cloud also complies with your compliances also. Many a times your customers don't want you to save your data on public cloud. This is your private cloud. Means when you subscribe to this, you are given a static IP. Your storage is on a different hardware, and in case after 1 year you want to go on premise, you can actually take that hardware and install it on your premise also. This is absolutely on OpEx basis, and it starts from as low as maybe 75,000 rupees per year, and with maybe 4 terabyte of pool space. Please understand, 4 terabyte of a pool space is far better than per user per year kind of 1 terabyte of the space. That doesn't work. You need a pool space, enterprise grade space, so it is also there. So this is all about BLACKbox IT on cloud. You have IT policy enforcement, data scatteredness is minimized. By taking add-on license, you can go remote application also. You have dual profiling. You have data recovery after accidental or intentional deletion, after ransomware also. In disaster also, you can get your data back. You get the report on your data backup. You can recover the data after the laptop loss. You can also control the USB ports, email vigilance, and internet also. And also you can monitor the productivity of the users. So this is all about BLACKbox One Cloud. And I would like to take the question answers. So I will now go on question and answers. Mr. Acharya is asking, what security system is installed on BLACKbox One Cloud? Does it scan for file viruses? No, this particular cloud is not a Windows-based cloud system, so it does not scan the viruses. It is not virus scan service. Your computer has to be installed with an antivirus. So whenever the file is downloaded, it will scan for the virus, and whenever the file is uploaded, it will also scan for the virus. So antivirus is a prerequisite. Then another question is, how does BLACKbox One Cloud function in Microsoft Outlook with IMAP or POP emails, non-Gmail server? It is very simple. It works. So in BLACKbox, it is not having Gmail only kind of thing. If it is Microsoft also, you can download the emails in BLACKbox and distribute it further. So BLACKbox just works as a very simple mail distribution server. Just a moment. Sorry, I have a bad throat. So BLACKbox works with every email service provider, and BLACKbox Cloud supports IMAP also. We'll see this. I think that I missed out. Yeah, Rajendra, can we go to the IMAP service, please? So when you use BLACKbox One Cloud, you can use Outlook, or you can have BLACKbox IMAP service also. So this is a BLACKbox IMAP service. It is very simple, and once user is having this IMAP service and he is using this IMAP service for his webmail or Outlook, whatever, all the vigilance policies will apply, whether it is G Suite, whether it is browser, whatever it is, it will apply. Yeah, I would like to, yeah, you can stop sharing now. Then we move to the next question. How does BLACKbox One Cloud user management work, there is an option of super user, owner, admin user, standard user. There will be standard user and there will be an admin, and there would be some function specific user. Just like you have seen, we have access controller, we have recycle bin. Similarly, we have backup restore. Similarly, we have vault moderator. So all these users are function specific users, which are between the super admin and the user. So there are three levels of users, as I had explained. What if BLACKbox admin forgets the password? Can admin reset a new password using forget password option? No, on cloud or on BLACKbox, he has to approach us for resetting the password. How much does BLACKbox One Cloud cost as compared to other non-cloud versions? I'll give you an idea. Around 4 terabyte of cloud storage space for a 12 user of company, it would cost approximately 75,000 rupees per year, and it will include everything: 4 terabyte space for emails, 4 terabyte space for files and everything. Of course, 2 terabyte will be used and 2 terabyte will be taken for the backup. So it is very cost effective. So maybe 6,000 rupees, 7,000 rupees per month per enterprise, they can get all these facilities. It is an introductory price. Is BLACKbox Cloud a separate hardware setup at your data center or client side or a client side setup? No, it is a separate hardware setup at our data center. So actually we invest in BLACKbox on behalf of our customers. Please elaborate on storage, processor, backup option available in BLACKbox One Cloud, such as pricing and features. See, storage, as I told, for 12 user enterprise, we give 4 terabyte of pool storage. For 20 users, we give, I think, 8 terabyte of pool storage. For maybe 40 users, we are giving, 50 users, we are giving 16 terabyte of pool storage. So storage is ample. Processor, they don't have to worry about it because we have the hardware same as the BLACKbox, and it can serve. Backup options, yes, you have version backup, you have incremental backup, everything which is there in the BLACKbox, it is also there on the cloud. Is the BLACKbox software interface the same as the earlier non-cloud system? Absolutely. We have made sure that it is same. So there is no learning curve. What are the system requirements at client end? Does the client need to have antivirus protection if he uses BLACKbox cloud system for all work? Yes, he requires antivirus. And how do the BLACKbox cloud cybersecurity feature help here? See, there are two types of cybersecurity features. One feature is about external threats, which our cloud takes care. So your BLACKbox cloud instance is behind our firewall, so it is our responsibility. And about insider threats of cybersecurity, like user can steal the data, user can delete the data. As I have demonstrated that for insider threats, yes, you can recover the data after user deletes it. You can restrict the user from accessing full internet, or while he is accessing full internet, data is isolated. So all these things work in a sync basically. What are the system requirements? They just have to have Windows computer system installed with our agent. That's it. Can remote access be allowed to be used only on registered devices by identifying their IMAC address? This avoid misuse of remote access by the client. We don't recommend that, but yes, you can do that. But that remote access, for that purpose, you need to have a terminal server. So if you have terminal server, you can do that, but we don't recommend it. But yes, as you told, BLACKbox can make sure that remote access to your terminal server can be done from specific devices only over VPN. That can be done. Is it possible to install BLACKbox AAA on an Android tablet? Yes, BLACKbox AAA can be accessed in the browser. So on Android tablet, you need to have Chrome, and in Chrome, you can access your tally. It is possible. What kind of log reports are are there in the BLACKbox cloud? Can we get report of the users who processed which files with date time? Yes, file operations log is there, file deletion log is there, email sending receiving log is there, internet access log is there, backup log is also there. So many reports are there. Do you use Synology NAS at backend or cloud? No, we don't use Synology NAS. How is backup copy maintained? Is it on the same BLACKbox device or on the second piece of hardware? What if additional backup copy is required? Yes, it is on the additional piece of hardware that is provided for and that is charged also. Normally, when you buy on-premise BLACKbox, we sell DCDR package of cloud backup separately. In this, that DCDR package of cloud backup is included. So your backup, in case you want another backup, that backup will be there on our hardware also, which is not at all connected with the company's hardware. How does the BLACKbox cloud help in multi-location operations? Do still have set up another BLACKbox cloud system, or if location? Yes, if your file size is less than 50 MB, you can have all people go on cloud. There is a very simple thumb rule whether you want to go on premise or on cloud. It's very simple question. One, whether 70% of the users are at single location or not. If they are not, then you can go on cloud. If 70% of the users are at a single location, on premise would be better. How much remote capacity can BLACKbox cloud hardware handle? As many licenses as you have taken. So if you have taken 12 user license, it will have 12 connections. If you have 50 user license, it will have 50 licenses and 50. Considering BLACKbox AA service, is it possible to process files on the BLACKbox cloud itself? No, we don't allow that. Processing of the file has to be on the user's computer. Can we get additional processor or RAM to run heavy intensive? See, BLACKbox AAA and BLACKbox Cloud are two independent things. What we had demonstrated in BLACKbox AAA, I had very categorically mentioned that you need to take BLACKbox AAA license. And when you take BLACKbox AAA license, the hardware has to be provided by the customer. So in case you have additional RAM requirement, you need to provide that hardware. So in BLACKbox AAA, it is just a software service. And just like it happens in the BLACKbox on-premise, you need to provide the hardware, either virtually or on-premise, wherever. And BLACKbox Cloud will connect to that and give a channel to the user to access those applications. So we are not in picture about sizing of the hardware. If you are using certain hardware-hungry applications, you need to provide larger hardware. We are not going to provide any hardware for BLACKbox AAA. That will be provided by the customer. What about WhatsApp access? Can data be able to transfer on WhatsApp? See, when you're on BLACKbox Cloud, the user is not allowed to access WhatsApp. Okay. And in case he wants to access WhatsApp on his computer system, he can do it in happy hours. Now, if you want to know about the mobile, then this BLACKbox Cloud is independent thing. BLACKbox has one more product called MDO, in which you can have work applications and personal applications, and you can have WhatsApp installed in personal applications, not in work application. So your work data user cannot take in WhatsApp, and this is a good solution, but this is not related to BLACKbox One Cloud. Then we have a question. If we are subscribed with Gmail, can we use BLACKbox? Yes, you can use it on BLACKbox, very much. If one is using Microsoft Office and 1 TB cloud storage per user, does BLACKbox use or unify all that cloud storage data, or is it common storage purchased separately from BLACKbox? BLACKbox One Cloud comes inbuilt with the storage. It comes inbuilt with the storage. See, 1 TB of Microsoft cloud storage is very consumer thing, my drive will be accessible to me. Somebody else's drive will be accessible to me. When we want to collaborate, we need enterprise pool drive. Okay. And that enterprise pool drive is BLACKbox, and you don't have to purchase extra. In BLACKbox One Cloud, For every set of the enterprise, like 12 user set, 20 user set, 40 user set, 50 user set, you get the storage space also on the cloud. Then we have a question: which black box customer has highest number of users? How many? Uh, I think we have one customer who has got 1200 users. That is what I remember. There may be more also, but 1200 users, I know them personally. What will be the lock-in period? 1 year. 1 year will be the lock-in period. And the charges are yearly, they are not monthly. Can you please explain compatibility with Microsoft Office business emails again? Sure. Can you, Rajendra, can we go to the black box console, please? We'll demonstrate this to you for your better understanding. So let's say you have O365 accounts, go to mail part. Now, normally you configure O365 account in your Outlook. Okay. In that case, you need to configure this particular O365 account in the black box, not in the user's Outlook. And you need to configure black box account in users account. So there are two types of email accounts you might be encountering with. One, those email IDs which are used by the top management, you don't need to vigil them. Second type of email IDs which are your users and you want to vigil them, you want to subject them to the policies. So in that case, the first type of users can directly go to OVA or Microsoft Outlook and use those emails. For those users for which you want to vigil those emails, you have to route those emails through Blackbox. In that case, you have to configure their email ID here and then configure the policies. And then in their Outlook or email client, you need to configure the credentials of the black box. So black box will download the emails from your Outlook Microsoft O365 service, apply the policy and give it to the user. Similarly, when user wants to send the emails, it would be through black box, and black box will apply the policy and then it will send or it will not send that particular email. So this is how it works. In case user does not have access to his Outlook, which is installed on his local computer, and he wants to access it from the webmail, then you have Blackbox webmail on cloud also. Instead of accessing Microsoft Outlook, for those users whom you want to vigil, they can access the Blackbox webmail also and access their emails from Outlook. Can you go to webmail part of the Blackbox, please? Not that one, IMAP part of the Blackbox. So this is how they can access their emails when they are not having access to their system. But here, whatever they do, it will be as per your policy. If you want, you have not allowed them to send emails outside of your organization. From this interface, wherever they are on airport or wherever, they will not be able to send emails outside your office. Yeah, can we, screen please. Yeah. Bare metal backup supported. If you are asking about cloud, we already take the backup on different hardware. So in case you want to download the backup, you can very well do it, and you can download the backup on whatever device you want periodically. If you want to automate that system, we can also support that. So let's say you have data on the cloud, all enterprise data on the cloud, and let's say you want to have a NAS device or anything, which you want to download, then we can also automate that process. So every week or somewhere, all your data can be downloaded, all data backup can be downloaded to your device also. What about WhatsApp access? Can data able to transfer the WhatsApp? Yeah, I think I explained this. You don't allow WhatsApp in your allowed internet list. So user can access it from happy hours on his computer, and then user cannot transfer the data. And in case you are worried about WhatsApp data leakage on your mobile phones, you can go for a Blackbox MDO, which is a product which prevents data leakage. Just a moment. Sorry, I have a bad throat. Does the cloud service require additional hardware? Is it possible only to purchase software? Yeah, cloud service does not have any hardware. You just subscribe to it, you pay for the subscription, your cloud backup, everything, cloud backup, enforcement of the policy, everything is online, and you don't need a hardware. Then the black box concept is very fascinating. I highly appreciate the design, truly help IT standardization. Thank you, sir. Investing in several different IT products and different IT experts to manage the product is cumbersome. I'm sure black box system gets it all into one place. Yes, that is a concept. That is a design thinking, and MSMEs really find it complex. What type of hardware is required? You don't need any hardware. Your computer system should be installed with Windows 10 or Windows 11, and they should have adequate memory. Maybe nowadays Windows 10 requires minimum 4 GB RAM, so you just need to have it, and that's it. Otherwise, you don't need any hardware when you are subscribing to Blackbox Cloud. Is it possible to implement policy in a non-POP account? Yes, you can have policy on IMAP. Blackbox has IMAP support. New generation of Blackbox has IMAP support. Thank you. So I think we have already stretched 18 minutes. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Acharya. So in case you have any other queries, Prasanna is there, available, and she will make sure that you get answers. Over to you, Prasanna.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for such a wonderful and insightful session. So, these, sir, we would like to have your concluding remarks for this event.
Thank you, Vishalji, for conducting this session, and congratulations to the Cinesoft team for launching this product. Cloud is a buzzword for this entire IT community, and hope we will be able to address all their issues and all their inquiries and anticipating feeling about the product. Thank you all the attendees. You have any queries, you can drop the email to Prasanna, or you can contact the local connect at different locations. Thank you once again for attending this session, and the question answers were really encouraging. We thank everyone for their participation. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much. Thank you.